tank earlier today and will be rolled back to the vehicle assembly building next Tuesday for further inspection.
Rocket depot is operational. Is on. Copy.
And now the view once again from the Soyuz cameras, just 600 meters separating it from the Rosviet module, closing at a rate of just over 2 meters per second. The Soyuz, under the controls of Dmitry Kondratiev, who is monitoring this automated rendezvous sequence through the Core's automated rendezvous system, continues a flawless path to its link-up that is scheduled about 26 minutes from now. Well, the Soyuz continues its methodical approach for docking to the International Space Station. Aboard the station in the Zvezda service module, Russian cosmonauts Alexander Kaleri and Oleg Skripochka are monitoring their systems. In the unlikely event they would have to activate the Toru, or telerobotically operated system, as a backup to the core system, which so far is operating flawlessly. Station Commander Scott Kelly also monitoring the approach, capturing it from windows in the International Space Station with both video and still cameras.
Depot is on.
And the visiting vehicle officer in Mission Control Houston, Tom Erkenswick, reports that the fly-around has begun as planned. This is about a 6-minute maneuver that will set up the Soyuz about 150 meters directly behind and looking down the barrel of the Rosviet module's docking port.
Varagi MCC Moscow. Varagi MCC Moscow. Go ahead.
You have a view of the Russian Mission Control Center here in Koryoff from a balcony camera. We are handing over communications from one of the satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system to another. We should regain a television capability momentarily. Everything continues on track for docking about 22 minutes from now as the Soyuz TMA-20 is in its fly-around to precisely align its forward docking probe to the Rosviet module's docking port on the Earth-facing side of the Zarya module.
We're not receiving the signal now.
Вас поняли.
Copy, understood.
280-250 метров.
280-250 meters is the range.
Скорость минус 0,77.
Minus 0.77 is the range rate. Copy.
The Soyuz and the International Space Station now passing just to the east of the coast of Argentina, flying from southwest to northeast. in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator at an altitude of 224 statute miles.
We are observing the fly around. The range is 250 meters. Copy, and the range rate about half a meter. Final approach. According to the forecast, it is prediction point 63. Copy point 63. We are receiving the signal now.
And we've regained our downlink television capability through the tracking and data relay satellite system. A good view of the International Space Station from the Soyuz, now just 235 meters separating the Soyuz from its home, with a range rate of under 1 meter per second now. Soon we'll initiate a period of station keeping that will last about 8 minutes or so to enable Russian flight controllers to check the Soyuz systems one final time before the automated final approach commences.
The visual range is 200. Copy. Range 200 visually.
The flashing beacon that you see at the forward end of the Soyuz and the orbital module portion of the three-compartment Soyuz vehicle is the core's automated rendezvous system that sends navigational data, actually beams it back and forth between a comparable system on the Zvezda service module, providing Soyuz Commander Dmitry Kondratiev with updated information on his distance from the docking port of the Rosviet module, as well as his range rate and rate of closure on his target, which is the Rosviet.
The fly around is proceeding. The range is still 200, and the range rate about 0. Affirmative, about 0. Copy.
And as you can hear, with the range rate dampening out to almost 0, we're just about complete with the fly around, and we'll be initiating a period of station keeping momentarily. Soyuz and the International Space Station now passing to the east of Montevideo, Uruguay, moving from southwest to northeast across the southern Atlantic Ocean, soon to cross the equator.
About 180 is the range. The rate is about 0. Copy.
And confirmation received that the Soyuz is now station keeping at a range of 185 meters directly behind the Rosviet module. This period of station keeping expected to last in the neighborhood of about 9 or 10 minutes before the final approach is initiated for contact and capture.
Ready for the final approach. Copy. Stand by 1. Copy. Now we will be using the docking compartment antenna. Copy, concur. We can see the docking assembly in the center of VSK. Copy, VSK center. and the range about 6.16.
Telemetry being received both here in the Russian Mission Control Center and at the International Space Station Flight Control Room in Houston at the Johnson Space Center, confirming that the Zvezda service module's CORS automated rendezvous system, the passive side of the CORS system, has been deactivated. The Rassvet module's system through the Zarya module has been activated, a good lock. So the Soyuz now receiving direct CORS automated rendezvous telemetry through Rassvet. You see the docking port of the Rassvet module just to the right of the crosshairs in this engineering overlaid camera on the forward portion of the Soyuz vehicle as we continue this brief period of station keeping to enable Russian flight controllers to check all of the Soyuz systems before the automated approach begins. All of this activity under the monitoring and watchful eye of Soyuz Commander Dmitry Kondratiev, with the board engineer Paolo Nespoli of the European Space Agency seated to his left, and NASA flight engineer Katie Coleman seated to the right of Kondratiev.
Varagi, you will have to select display 43. Copy, understood. You have to select back 44. Copy and back. Varagi, we have time. Please issue the command to turn on the headlights. Yes, S-17 command is being issued. The headlights on. Copy.
A series of commands about to be issued to reinitiate the final approach for docking. All of the Soyuz systems continue to operate in excellent shape.
Varegi, Mission Control Moscow. Go ahead. What do you see on your periscope viewer? We're going to take some pictures before we go into eclipse. Yeah, and go ahead and select the final approach command enabled, but do not send that command yet. Copy. And that command is set to go on your go.
The final command to reinitiate the approach for docking is set to be issued. Everything in good shape. All of the commanding on time for the Soyuz vehicle that will reinitiate its final approach momentarily.
Варяги, Mission Control.
Отвечаем.
Go ahead.
Дим, тебе нормально по матовому экрану видно через ОСК?
Dima, can you see things okay on a periscope viewer with the matte screen?
Просто по входу
Yes, right now it looks good.
видимость будет гораздо хуже.
Okay, well, when you go into eclipse, the visibility will
Поэтому, может быть, лучше снять.
be impacted drastically with the matte screen. So maybe you can try and remove it.
Вход в тень у нас 23:08.
But we're supposed to go into eclipse at 23:08. We still have time.
That conversation translated from Russian flight controllers here in Korolyov and Soyuz Commander Dmitry Kondratyev indicating that we will be going into an orbital sunset about 6 minutes from now
Remove.
and momentarily we'll reinitiate final approach for docking on time.
Okay, very
The Soyuz operating in excellent shape, and this view from the Soyuz camera showing the Rosviev module just to the right of the crosshairs of this engineering camera.
Screen without the protective screen on it, if it's not too blurry. Okay, yeah, no, it looks good.
Варяги, ЦУПа Москвы.
Варяги, Mission Control Moscow.
Команда
Go ahead and send the command for initiation of final approach at 23:03.
Выдадим повышение.
Copy. We have your go to send command to initiate final approach at 23:03. Affirmative.
And as you can hear, the Soyuz flight director here in Korolyov giving permission to proceed with final approach.
03.
Soyuz will resume its approach for docking seconds from now.
Copy.
And final approach now has been initiated. This should take about 9 minutes, perhaps a minute or so less, we'll see. As you can clearly see against the approaching orbital sunset, the thruster firings on the Soyuz vehicle from multiple thrusters on the various axes of the spacecraft, from the instrumentation and propulsion module at the base of the Soyuz spacecraft, as Kondratyev monitors fuel consumption and all of his systems. The Soyuz now 140 meters away from contact and capture.
Range and give it to us from time to time. We copy.
Визуальная дальность
And
100.
the range based on visual assessment is 110, 100, and nominal range rate. Copy.
And the Soyuz has just crossed the 100-meter mark, approaching at about half a meter per second. Perfect parameters and all Soyuz systems operating in excellent shape.
Дальность 80 визуально. Скорость норма.
Visually, the range is 80, and nominal range rate. Copy. Based on your visual assessment, the range is 80.
Дальность 70 визуально.
70
принято. Визуально 7.
visual range.
Чуть
Nominal range rate.
до входа в тень.
Copy 70 visually, and we have a little over 2 minutes before sunset. Copy.
Наблюдаем устойчивое перекрестие. Кресты собраны.
And the crosshairs are aligned, and we have a good visual on them. Copy.
Soyuz less than 60 meters away, closing at a rate of 0.3 of a meter per second, having just crossed the equator. We are just minutes away from the arrival of Dmitry Kondratiev, Katie Coleman, and Paolo Nespoli at the International Space Station, which will be their home for the next 150 days.
I copy. Ready. Visual assessment of range is 45 and range rate is nominal. Copy. Please monitor SSVP.
Питание спецмещено. Наблюдаем ход C.
Sunset.
Как наблюдаете станцию, мишень?
What's your visual on the station and the target? We have a good visual on the target and the station. Copy, Dima.
Dmitry Kondratiev confirming that he has good visibility on the docking target on the Rosviet module. You saw just a moment ago basically the headlight on the Soyuz vehicle to provide additional illumination of that docking target on the Rosviet module.
Okay.
Less than 40 meters separating the Soyuz from Rosviet. The core's antenna should be retracting just a moment or two from now, as planned. And the visiting vehicle officer in Mission Control Houston confirms the retraction of the Soyuz core's antenna, as planned, at a distance of 34 meters. And a good view of the docking port on the Rosviet module.
On the station, thank you. And Moscow, range is 30. Copy. Range 25.
The Soyuz and the International Space Station just 30 meters apart, crossing the west coast of Africa over Sierra Leone.
Range 20. Nominal range rate. Crosshairs are aligned. Copy, Dima. And you may be performing a roll maneuver. Copy, range 18, Moscow. Range rate nominal. We copy, Dima.
Meters away, the core's automated rendezvous system providing the auto-correction for the cross-haired triangular-shaped docking target just underneath the docking port. Docking is imminent.
Как там кресты? Все нормально? Мишень
Да, кресты собраны, скорость норма.
How is everything? The crosshairs are aligned. 6. Actually 8 meters. Range now 7.
7 meters away, standing by for contact and capture.
Range 3.
Скорость норма, касание.
Range rate nominal and contact.
На формате 44.
Capture confirmed on display 44.
Docking confirmed at 11:11 p.m. Moscow time, 2:11 p.m. Central Time, over the southwest corner of the Republic of Mali in Western Africa. Docking occurring at an altitude of 224 statute miles. A multinational crew has arrived at the International Space Station in time for the holidays.
Vareги, did course turn off? I'm sorry, Moscow, say again? Yes, course did turn off. Copy. Well, if D9 message is no longer eliminated, which indicates that the probe is extended, and if the hard mate process is in progress, then you can go ahead and perform